Dan was going to go ahead and try to shrink wrap the boat today with a skeleton crew.
See, there's a gaping hole.
Xander's injured and he's watching his kid. We've got no film guy. Tom's in Thailand. Entrepreneur, you wanted to be a partner in this thing. I need you to dig deep.
Welcome back to this episode of Raising Caper, the story of four high school friends from Edmonds, Washington that are challenging near impossible odds, restoring an old 100-foot boat and converting it into a roaming bar and restaurant in the Pacific Northwest. Did we mention we are just 30 years old with no experience owning and running a boat of this size? Watch us redefine what it means to be in over our heads.
Welcome back to another episode full of DIYers with no experience. Last time, we completed erecting the scaffolding in preparation of putting together the largest fort we've ever built. Our mission is to build a large containment structure to keep all of the 1974 toxic paint from contaminating our local environment. Oh, and the clock is ticking. The scaffolding, yard fees, and insurance are costing us over $8,000 a week. Alright, so welcome back to this episode of Raising Caper. It's episode 10. Can you believe that?
Oh, getting in the double dig.
Yeah, the double dig.
I sound like DJ right there, shortened a word.
And it also sounded like DJ.
But we're feeling the burn right now. It's definitely, I think, a very definitive period in our lives. We're kind of at the point where if we don't go super hard, we're not going to make it. But we're going to go super hard, and we are going to make it because we believe in positive affirmations around here.
And we're super hard. So up here taking the mast off. Because the scaffolding finally reaches over the entirety of the boat. Pretty high up. Not gonna lie. You can't tell right now, but me and Tom were doing this. I was videotaping and we were trading. It was freaking cold and windy out. Like our hands were like locking up. No, dude, I'm filming. So you can run. What do you mean hold the base? I was undoing the bolts that mount the mast to it. Half of them sheared off. They were just rusted from the ocean water. Oh. That was anticlimactic. I thought the mast was going to fall.
So what are we doing right here?
We are lifting up and repositioning all the plywood today. We're doing this because this plywood that's going to skirt along the outsides underneath the scaffolding is what we're going to roll the plastic shell onto, and then we're going to screw it down with wood panels. So it has to be symmetrical and lined out the entirety of the boat.
So how's it going today?
Cold, but good.
It's I just slipped on some black ice on the top deck.
Yeah, there's a lot of ice out there. And now that the sun's hitting the scaffolding, it's all melting and turning into little showers for us. And yeah, we really have to get the whole structure around the boat finished. So we're building wood framing. We're building a whole roof essentially, framing in a whole roof, framing in all the sides. And we have to get that done today and the plastic lined out and laid out, because if we don't get it done by this evening and tomorrow morning, then we're going to be stuck lifting 100-foot long sheets of plastic 45, 50 feet in the air in the middle of the rain, and that will suck. So,
And how are you feeling?
oh, I pulled some muscle in my leg, a tore muscle, so I'm limping around. It's great.
Sounds pretty rough.
Part of the job.
Yep.
Yeah. The doctor said it was from overexerting myself in uncommon positions, which kind of describes everything we've been doing.
Wait, you went
here.
to a doctor?
Yeah.
When?
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Well.
And the recommendation was to not be doing any physical labor for the week.
Oh.
Which is impossible right now.
Goodies? More
Goodies.
Christmas? Oh, yeah. Those are nice.
Tool belts, screws, staplers. But
You got two of these?
yeah, then we got ourselves a big, beautiful DeWalt table saw. Not only is this going to cut all the wood for our scaffolding structure and help reinforce the plastic housing that we're putting around the boat, but we're also going to be building our office for the harbor in Bellingham.
Oh, look at that.
The saw and a table. Winter's coming and we ain't scared. Damn it, doesn't activate.
We're making little guards for the scaffolding so that the scaffolding doesn't puncture the plastic sheeting that we're going to put on the outside. So we're going to slit this and put it on the outside, tape it down. Nice. On all of it.
This right here?
That right there is gonna cut up our plastic.
So we're putting little rubber protectors. And I got about 900 more of these to do.
Can you explain why we had to heat up the hose? I don't think we actually got that.
Well, we thought we were going to need to heat it up just to bend it, but then it also got so cold that you couldn't wrench it on there and open it up. So we cut the sections of hose about that long, and then we took a razor blade and slit them so that they would go around the pucks on the scaffolding.
Right.
But they were so we couldn't get the hose undone to cut it. It wasn't manipulative at all because it was so cold out. And once again, there's sun out in most of these clips, but it was freezing cold. It was so cold.
Really, really cold.
There was ice everywhere. Everything froze. We left the coffee pot on overnight, and the coffee froze. Everything was freezing.
But it took 39 seconds, and we had to do about 1,000 of those.
It was we're right on the beach. So the higher you got up and the harder the job got, the colder and windier it got. It was a lot. It was a pain in the ass. We are ripping these lathes because they're gonna go on the outside of the plastic. So this
Is it a laugh? We finally 10 months later.
All of us kept saying it different.
We're corrected 10 months later. Tom was like, it's laugh. And we're like, no, it's lathe. We've been talking about lathe.
Well, I remember calling it lath, and then somebody just said lathe, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm wrong. And then I switched. None of us do what the fuck we're doing. We don't work construction. We're gonna screw them together like this on the other side of the plastic, going up the middle where it's not supported. So this is what's gonna kind of help secure the plastic down.
Walk me through the process here. What are you doing?
We're taking these 6-inch planks and we're ripping them into thirds because the lumber store didn't have what we needed. And yeah, so once again, we're just kind of adapting to what we need out here in Port Townsend, where there's limited stuff. Small town, so we're making our own little planks. We got the Island Caper refit crew dinner going on right now.
Dinner.
A little smoky in here.
Crew dinner.
Things be happening.
Chef
Steamy
Pap.
and smoky.
Chef Pat Pierre.
One day there will be fillets and foie gras in here, but right now it's bratwurst, onion, bourbon, and cheap beer, America.
And blue cheese.
Look at
And
all
blue
this fire.
cheese.
We're gonna make beer bread and shit.
Yep.
Did you get a bread pan?
No.
We don't need no bread pan, man.
What about jar?
We got a
Mason jars.
cast iron.
We can cook them in mason. Oh yeah.
Don't worry, we just gotta. Hey, we need to get some dish up. We need to clean this. It's gonna be good.
And a little bit of
Goddamn good
America.
cooking.
Alright, well here's some reality / vulnerability. Feeling like absolute hell. Got a splitting migraine headache.
For some reason you look like a little turtle or a little snail or something.
He's a little snail.
It's so bad, it's like I feel kind of like throwing up a little bit. And
by the way, after that cold snap we all worked through, everyone got sick. Everyone was like fucked.
I remember we showed up one day and I was like looked at you guys. I was like, I need to go lay down. And
everyone showed up, was standing there, and everyone was like, "Yep, we're all going to bed."
Showed up at like 7:50 in the morning. We had to work at 8, and I looked at Dan. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. I didn't wake up till like 4 that afternoon.
On top of that, yesterday I received news that one of our good laborers and camera guy, Joel, decided to quit because he kept hitting his head on the caper because he's really tall. So we're really gonna miss Joel. He did a really good job of filming and capturing some of the story. And then I just got a call from our guy Alan, aka Captain Sparrow, Jack Sparrow, and he's no longer physically up to helping us paint the boat. So bad news. Goodbye, I'm feeling like crap. Combined with forgetting my laptop in Port Townsend, I'm feeling a little bit just like kind of down. I'm gonna try to day around here. Force myself into some boots.
So today we're working on moving the scaffolding around and prepping it for the sheeting that's gonna go enclose the entire boat.
Hey Pat, I can see your mammal toe from down here.
Lug it? That nice?
Looks like an old Jewish lady with a big nose.
Which is quite a lot of work. It's probably like almost a ton of wood that we have to put on the top of this thing to soften the edges so that the shrink wrap doesn't rip along the top. And then hopefully tomorrow we will be able to pull it all up there and cinch it down and have our containment built.
I think I got enough wood, Dan.
Joining them two pieces together right there.
You need 2 pieces here to make an 18-foot section.
inches, so I'll cut 241.
A 2 2x10s.
Yes.
So we're just finishing off, rounding off the nose of the scaffolding here. And then we're gonna put some plywood gussets in to hold everything together, and then slap some carpet over the top of that. And then it'll be time, well then that'll take the rest of the day, and then tomorrow we'll pull the shrink wrap.
How you feeling?
No, there's an actual tool belt right there. Feeling good. Nice. Sunny out.
Covered in sawdust.
Man glitter.
Man glitter, dude. Look at that.
It's beautiful out. We've got some good music going. We're trying to be safe so there's no beers, but that would really, pull the day together.
So once we were done with building out the framing, well, we thought we were done, we wanted to lay out the plastic so it was ready to go to be deployed the next day, and so that's what you're seeing here.
And we were still short-handed. Yep. You want to straighten out that part? Yeah.
If you want to film, I can. You want to switch?
Yeah, I might have to. I can't really do this, man.
Okay.
I tell you what, rolling out that big ass piece of plastic for the first time was pretty fun.
Yeah, dude.
It was like the giant slip and slide.
Some heavy rolls.
We have to make sure we keep it even, or that shit that rolled into my hand and hurt like a bitch. So.
That's what I was saying. Why carry all that weight? We're actually making a condom big enough to bang Tom's mom.
Wow.
It's really a 5-man job. Hey, this is Xander. I was just in there this morning renting the lift for the island caber down in the boatyard. The wind just picked up like crazy and we won't be able to put our plastic sheeting up. Is there any way we could put that on hold? Tuesday was the other day it was rented. Awesome, thank you so much. All right, thanks guys. Bye. God, that sucks. The wind picked up and now we can't put the plastic up. We have it staged and ready to go. No wind. For the last all week it's been sunny and clear and not a drop of wind. And all we needed was for the next 3 hours for it to not be windy so we could hoist this plastic up and secure it.
And with the weather delay, it was time to head home because it was Friday.
Well, it's a beautiful day today. It's though quite hectic, but I'm actually heading back to Seattle. I'm on the ferry boat and it's an absolute beautiful day, and so let's go check it out.
When you're on a ferry videotaping stuff, being a Japanese man, do you think people look at you and think you're from here? You just look at them like, oh.
This amazing scenery is really what we're all about here at Pacific Northwest Cruises. But it was also super nice to just be able to go home and get a good night's rest. This is the reality of being an entrepreneur. My eyes have bags underneath them. So I got up at 5 in the morning because I got a text last night saying that Dan was going to go ahead and try to shrink wrap the boat today with the skeleton crew. And Xander's injured and he's watching his kids. I'm not sure if Pat, our worker, is going to come. We've got no film guy. So we've got Dan, me, and Gus. Tom's in Thailand, which I just can't think of any more inconvenient time for him to not be here. But, you know, that's the reality right there. But if I'm out there,
I need to make sure that this thing gets filmed because we've been working on this project for a really long time. Shrink wrapping the boat is a major component of what we need to do. And to not film it would be an absolute shame. So I asked Rose this morning to come help film so that I could actually lend a hand.
Just like that, we were back in Port Townsend, where we had some last minute projects to finish up before we could hang the plastic.
Once we were done building the framing, we then ripped all the carpet off of, you can still see where the carpet used to be on this bulkhead here. We ripped all the old carpet out and we just used that to cover up all the corners so that the plastic wouldn't rip.
It worked.
Well, the reality is, it's far too windy. Look at that. So you zoom in on the caution tape. It's just not gonna work. As you can see, this amount of wind is just not going to work for 50 by 100 sheets of plastic. Now, that'll be creating more work for ourselves, and it's gonna be pretty rough. So it looks like we drove out here for nothing.
Hey, I'm all beat up. Long week.
Yeah.
It's alright though.
Gus, you got a tear in your butt?
Tear?
Yeah.
Really?
So unfortunately, we weren't able to even attempt it yesterday nor today. So because it's Saturday, we don't want it just sitting out here getting rained on and bird pooped, and also the sheeting is very expensive. They're about $800 each, maybe even $1,000 each. We're gonna put it inside and lock it up so it doesn't get stolen. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to move a lot of things, and we have to roll it all up, and yeah, so that's what we have, and then we're gonna head out.